I just feel so dysfunctional. The hardest part of it is just feeling inadequate every single day. Hey cryptic creatures, welcome back to the crypt. Today I'm doing a chatty get ready with me for the wrap up of March. Today's look is going to be a black and white themed look, hence the white contacts. So these contacts are from Eye Fusion, and I'll put the link in the description below where I got these from. You might notice a slight little upgrade to my background. I got this like nice coffin thing. This was a gift from Mary Hamer of Mary Hamer Music. I will link her channel in the description below. So that's the upgrade to the background. I also put my guitars and music stuff over here. Okay, so March, where do I begin? I've been using this prescription face cream. The instructions say that it will make your skin look worse before it gets better, and I definitely felt that, like especially around this area. I started to break out more. To get clearer skin, I know I just need to drink more water and stop eating dairy. I have a food addiction as it is, but I definitely think my addiction to dairy is particularly strong, and I'm really jealous of anyone who actually doesn't like cheese. All of like my failures in life really link back to my mental health, so I'll talk more about my mental health later because everything is tied to that. Okay, let's move on to foundation now. Let's talk about the diet that I was on. And I can't even really call it a diet as much as like a failed experiment, but pretty much at the end of February, I decided I was going to start Nutrisystem. You know, I thought, well, maybe like one of those programs where they send all the food to you that you would eat in a month. So I was under the impression that when you signed up for Nutrisystem and they sent you like a month's worth of food, it was a month's worth of food, but it's not. Like they want you to buy vegetables, grains, and proteins and eggs. And so the Nutrisystem program cost like $350, and my budget for food I feel like is already pretty high because I'm realistic and I know I eat a lot, and so I usually budget like $400 for food. And so since Nutrisystem was like $350, I was like, okay, well I'll do it because that's actually cheaper. I should have done more research, but I just got so excited about the idea of it that I signed up for it. And then after I signed up for it, I started watching YouTube videos. Mistake number one, do full research first. At the time that I decided to sign up for it, I was just really in a desperate place. Like I felt like I'm tired of wanting to lose weight and not doing it, and I'm tired of like not being able to change my habits, and it just made sense to me to try a program like that. But then once after I signed up for it and I realized, oh, this isn't all the food for the month, so I had to buy other food, and because I had to go shopping for other food anyway, I ended up buying a ton of other food, so I wasn't sticking to the program. And also a lot of the food I actually liked, and it tasted pretty good. So it's not that the food was bad, but it's that, you know, after I ate all the stuff that sounded good to me, I was left with like bean soup, bean bolognese pasta. That didn't sound good to me at all. And you can modify the program. So I was gonna modify my second shipment and hope that that would help me be more on track. But then I was just really real with myself, and I was like, you know what? I'm not there mentally. Like, it's not the program, it's like your mindset and level of commitment, and I just am not there because I've started diets before, lifestyle changes before, where I was like fully on board for at least like a few months, you know, before usually life stress gets in the way and maybe that's just an excuse, and that's something I need to address and work on, but I was not really fully on board. I just decided to cancel my second month. So I kind of half-assed did Nutrisystem for the month of March, but like by this past weekend I just fully was like, you know what, this isn't the right time for me, this isn't right for me, I'm wasting money. And also the other reason was because their foods are processed, so if I'm gonna eat a bunch of processed crap, then I might as well eat processed crap that I actually like. But I don't want to eat a bunch of processed crap. I want to eat more whole foods, and that was kind of like my goal at the beginning of the year, was just to be healthier. Like, it wasn't about weight loss. Weight loss doesn't necessarily equal health, and so I had that in mind at the beginning of the year, and I just lost that somewhere along the way. I think because I have a love-hate relationship with my body, and honestly most of the time it's a hate-hate relationship, and I don't like saying that because I want to love myself, I want to love my body, but truthfully how I feel most of the time, it's just a shame. I feel ashamed of my body, and that's something I need to work on still in my mind. I need to learn to love myself no matter what, like as I am now, as I will be in the future, whatever that is. So that's where I'm at. I started Nutrisystem in March and then I quit. I did lose like 6 pounds. White eyebrows would be interesting. Let's give it a go. Next topic, I guess, would be work. My work life, because it is kind of linked to my weight loss, because I feel like work has been a constant source of stress in my life, and it is the thing that kind of makes me binge eat a lot. I work in tech support, and when I first started working there, I loved it. I loved it so much. I was just so happy to have it because they paid me good and it was like my first job that like actually paid me well, and I liked the culture and it seemed like a fun and happy place to work, and in a lot of ways it still is, and they still treat us really good and they pay us well and we have amazing benefits, so all those things I still love. But the role itself has been so stressful, and it's not even the job itself. It's not necessarily what I do every day. I mean, don't get me wrong, that can be hard, but it's more like their expectations, and we have metrics and numbers that we need to hit, and I find it to be very like competitive, and like half the time the people who are doing the best are kind of cheating the system in a way. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but I've found that through like behind the scenes conversations. So I applied for another position within the company that I work for. The whole application process took a month, if not longer. So I applied at the end of January, and then I had to do like 4 interviews. 4 interviews. 4 interviews with 7 different people. Just kind of having that sense of hope, because I made it all the way to the end. I made it to the final round of interviews. So I was like this close. It really came down to me and one other person. And I didn't get the fucking job. Oh, I felt like Theon, is that his name? Theon from Game of Thrones. Like when I got the email that was like, we've decided to go with another candidate, I cried. And I didn't think that I was going to cry. I didn't think I was going to take it that hard, but because I've been having such a hard time with my current role, I was excited about the job that I applied to because I really did think it was a good fit, but I also was just really kind of desperate to get away from my current job because I think it's really bad for my mental health. And I would leave, but it's just the pay. It's the pay, because financial stress is also stressful. So it's like you're either gonna have the stress of this job or financial stress, and honestly they feel very similar. So it's like, at least I have money, you know? So I got that email, I cried. Like I actually cried really hard because I was like really feeling confident. You know, I just thought, oh thank God, like I'm gonna get this new job, I'm gonna enjoy it again, it's gonna be a breath of fresh air in my life, I'm not gonna be wanting to binge eat from stress all the time. And then I got that email, and then I really felt like Theon, I think his name's Theon Greyjoy or something from Game of Thrones, when like, you know, he's escaped and like he thinks he's free, and then that horrible guy, I forgot his name, but the guy who tortures him took him back. Oh, that sadistic guy. He takes him back to the torture room.
Not far, my lord. I brought him back.
What? You can't!
Put him back where he belongs.
It's even worse because you thought you made it out and then you're just taken right back to the place you started from. Like that's a bit dramatic, but that's actually what came to mind, and that's how I felt. It was like I made it so close and I didn't get out, and I was just taken straight back to where I started from. And oh, it felt like torture. It really felt like torture. Got over it though fairly quickly, even though I cried very hard for like literally a few minutes because I had a meeting straight after I found out, and so I had to like compose myself and act like I was fine. So because of that, I think I got over it surprisingly quick, but at the same time it's just been so hard to continue with this job that I'm at in my current position and the ways that it affects my mental health, because to me the hardest part of it is just feeling inadequate every single day. That's the hard part for me. And also I'm just burnt out because I've been there longer than most of the people there now, and I think it just gets to a certain point that you get bored. I'm just like bored to tears, literally. So that's where I'm at. I applied for that job, and that's the update on that. I did not get it, so I'm still, you know, at the same job, but I don't know, I'm considering what to do next. Like, should I really start applying for other jobs even though I might not get paid as much, even though I might not have like the same benefits and stuff? But I haven't really fully decided yet. I am enjoying my money, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm really liking it. So that's what's keeping me there. So that's where I'm at with that, and that's been a huge source of stress in my life, and I think that's why I've fallen behind on a lot of things. Like, I was so on top of YouTube for a while. I was just more on top of things for a minute, but because I was just in this process of like, okay, once I get this new job, everything will feel better, my whole life will feel rejuvenated, there'll be a breath of fresh air, and that didn't happen, so I just felt like totally deflated and have just been behind on a lot of things, you know. But that said, you know, I'm still very much enjoying the YouTube community. It is still one of the best things in my life right now. All of you are amazing. Like, I really do enjoy interacting with you, watching your videos, reading your comments, commenting on your videos. It really is one of the best parts of my life, I'm not gonna lie. And I think it's just because it's a space that I can be fully myself and where I feel fully supported. You know, I never feel like I'm not enough. And I feel like that in so many other areas of my life pretty consistently, that it's just nice to have a space where I don't feel that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I'm glad I went with the all black eyeshadow because it does make the white eyebrows and eyes pop more. So I'm happy with this choice. I'm gonna move on to lashes and lips. These are supposed to look like lashes, okay? Do they? Oh my god, probably not. Yeah. Actually, I have been obsessed with these Glam Goth lashes. I got the pack and I love every single one of them. Only other thing is family stuff has been stressing me out too. Like, family is always a source of stress for me. But, you know, as like my grandparents are aging, it's just hard because I want to be there more, but obviously there's the pandemic. Also, it's like, I don't know, my relationships with most of them is challenging, you know. Even thinking about it stresses me out. But they live far away. They live in Texas and I'm in California. Let me know in the comments below if you have complicated family issues so I don't feel so alone. I know most people do, actually. I would say most people have complicated family issues than people who have like healthy families. I think if you were brought up with like an actual healthy, supportive family, that's probably more rare than like people who grew up with any sort of abuse or even just toxic, you know. I feel like toxic families are probably more common than healthy families. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me know if you have a healthy family. That's not nice to hear. They're out there. Because sometimes, like, even at work, I think that's part of my struggle too. I just feel so dysfunctional. Like, I'm functional to an extent, and to be around a bunch of people who appear to be functional, I don't know if they're actually functional or not, but they appear to be more functional. It's kind of hard, you know? So let's finish it off with the lips. Oh, actually really like how that looks. Love that. Ooh, I love how in the middle there was just this organic gray. This is exactly what I was going for. I'm living for it. All right, let me slap on a wig. And I think that's it. I don't know if I want to do anything else. Maybe googly eyes, but I'm kind of really just liking this look as is. I don't want to ruin it. So I'm back. So this is the whole look. That is all. Thank you for watching. Those are kind of like the March updates. What am I looking forward to for April? I have no fucking idea. A Jurassic adventure? Applying for other jobs probably, because yeah, my sanity is it's pretty frail. And thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing. It really does really mean a lot to me. So take care of yourselves because it is the most important thing, and I will see you in the next video.